everyone, Darkside Phil here, and welcome to the weekend preview for December 10th, 2012, and holy crap, I can't believe I'm saying that. I can't believe we're so close to Christmas and the end of the year. I mean, the world's gonna end in 11 days, right? December 21st is the last day ever. So we've only got 11 days left to share time here with each other, but I got a lot to cover this week in the weekend preview. In particular, there's some updates. That wasn't the update. There are some updates in regards to some things that have been going on that people wanted definitive answers on. So please, hang in there with me. I'm going to be covering a lot of information in the video, but I'm going to try to move as fast as possible. But first, the same thing that I've said in every vlog video over the past month, I'm going to start this video again with it. I have a new vlogs only channel called The King of Hate Vlogs, okay? I've been talking about it for about 3 weeks to a month now, and I've got about 11,000 subscribers over there who have realized, oh wow, Phil's going to only be doing vlogs on that channel starting in January of 2013, and therefore if you like my vlog style videos, which is the weekend preview, the channel updates, I'm having a brain fart here. Basically any video where I'm talking to the camera, the game reviews that I do, all that stuff is going to be moving over to the King of Hate Vlogs, okay? DSPGaming is going to be for gameplay only, basically. So you're going to want to go to the King of Hate Vlogs and subscribe. Like I said, about 11,000 people have already done so, but I know that for my vlog style videos, there's a good 15 to 20,000 people who historically watch those videos, so you're all going to want to go over there and subscribe. That's why every time I make a video like this, I am plugging it, because slowly it's a process. Every time I make a video like this, another couple hundred, another 1,000 people go over there and subscribe, so hopefully by the end of this month, everyone will have migrated over there, okay? And speaking of such, I just want to let everyone know that it was decided, John and I sat down this past weekend and talked about it, that Smart Guys, our pro wrestling commentary show, will be on the King of Hate Vlogs starting in 2013. What we're actually doing now, we're doing the same thing that I'm doing with this video, the weekend preview, where I'm uploading it to both DSPGaming and the King of Hate Vlogs. Well, Smart Guys for the month of December will be uploaded to John Rambo Presents and the King of Hate Vlogs, and then come January it will only be on the King of Hate Vlogs. Now there's something I want to address, because people are absolutely ridiculous, and some people just don't think, okay? Now, I completely understand that John has his own fan base, okay? John has people who watch Smart Guys just for John, and there are people who I think at one point may have been fans of mine, and then they did something really stupid and got blocked from the channel, and all of a sudden they became my most hated enemy, but they still follow John. And so they've been fans of Smart Guys and have been watching it. Well, when we uploaded Smart Guys this past Saturday, there were comments on the video that was on John Rambo's channel saying, well, it's a shame, in January it looks like I'll never watch Smart Guys again because I'm not watching anything with Phil because I hate Phil. Now, first of all, let's just analyze this. Number one, you have been watching stuff with me if you've been watching Smart Guys. I'm in all the episodes, okay? I don't know what you're talking about. Number two, I don't know if anyone kind of realizes this, but when John does videos with me, I give him a cut of what I make, okay? I'm not a greedy son of a bitch where I'm doing all this co-op gameplay with him and we're doing series together and he gets nothing out of it. I do give him a cut of the take that we get on all of our videos together. So, Smart Guy, since it's moving from John Rambo Presents to the King of Hate Vlogs, it's going to be the same thing. He'll get a cut of the profit. Basically, it's even. I actually do it completely even so that we're making equal amounts of money on videos that we are involved in. So, what you're basically saying is because the series is moving off of John's channel and onto mine, you're not going to watch it, but you still support John. But because you're not going to watch the video on my channel, you're basically taking money out of John's pockets. Boy, you're intelligent, aren't you? So, what I want to say is I hope that anyone who is a fan of the series will come over and watch it on the King of Hate Vlogs, regardless or not if you're a major fan of mine or not. That's not the point. It's a wrestling commentary show, So if you like the show, it's a no-brainer. Go over there and watch it. And both John and I will be, we will enjoy sharing the profits of that show together, and wouldn't want, the thing I was afraid of is that they have these group of people, maybe, I don't know how many they are, but now they're just not going to watch the show, and that's going to hurt John in a negative way, and that's not fair to him. So, check out Smart Guys starting in 2013 on the King of Hate Vlogs, but as of right now, please continue to head over there and subscribe, because I'm telling you, in just a few short weeks, there will be no more vlogs on this channel, okay? Alright, so I want to recap what I did this past week. There was some big, cool stuff that happened this past week that I didn't even expect to happen that I want to talk about a little bit. I want to preview what I'm doing this week, and then I do want to talk a little bit about Magfest. I have a final update for everyone. on that event. So, what did we do this past week? Very, very busy week with the release of Far Cry 3, which, in my opinion, is one of the best games of the year, one of the best games I've played in a while. It was funny because when it was released, the big comment that was quoted on everything, even in the press and everything, was, it's Skyrim with guns. And people were like, wow, really? I mean, could it be a game similar to Skyrim? The answer is it kind of is. It's a little bit, I'd say it's a little bit more repetitive than Skyrim, but there's an amazing amount, it's an open world, an amazing amount of side content, an amazing amount of story that's really fun, crazy amounts of customization of your weapons and things, and like there's so much to do. There's hunting of animals. There's a monstrous amount of content in the game, and the game is actually really good. It's not like, wow, monstrous amount of content and the game's blah, you get bored after an hour. No, the game keeps picking it up, different things are happening. I'm loving it. So, Far Cry 3, I played a significant amount of this past week. In fact, I think as of right now, I'm up to part 119 of my playthrough. That's right. And I think I'm only about 80% or 75 to 80% through the story. But I just reached a point in the game where there's a massive amount of side content yet again, so I'm going to dive into that during the next session of gaming that I do for Far Cry 3. So I'm loving the game. I hope that the length of the playthrough won't deter anyone. I think you should treat it like you did Skyrim last year. Remember, Skyrim last year, my playthrough was over 300 parts. And a lot of people were like, oh, it's too long. But then a lot of people actually said, wait a minute, and they watched the playthrough and said, wow, this game's really good and the playthrough's really good. And they watched it over time, and I tell you right now, that playthrough has a retarded amount of views. It's just like insane amount of views on Skyrim, and I'm so grateful for that. This is that same style of game where I'm taking my time to do everything in the game because it's fun, and I'm getting all the achievements. I may even get 100% completion. I don't know, but it's really cool, and that's the attitude I'm taking playing it. I may end up playing the game for another 2 weeks, depending on what happens, and I'll tell you why, because there's stuff coming up that I want to do. Finish my seltzer. Okay, so let's talk outside of Far Cry about some of the other stuff I did this week. I had a channel update with a lot of useful info about different things. You definitely should check that out. And also, on Saturday, John Rambo came over, and we did, like I said, a new episode of Smart Guys, which I already mentioned. But we also completed our new Super Mario Bros. U co-op playthrough, including we beat every stage, including the hidden secret star stages. We got all the star coins in the game. We did everything there is. It's basically a completionist's playthrough. It really is a walkthrough of sorts. So if you want to check that out, definitely do. We loved the game. It's a Mario game. What do you expect? But it wasn't. We didn't feel like it was a dial it in like New Super Mario Bros. 2 was on the 3DS. We really thought that they put a lot of effort into it and that it was a really good outing. And I know that we've been playing it, for a month now, and it's a lot of parts too. It's like 71 parts. I know that's a lot, but again, that's another one of those playthroughs. If you really like Mario and you like John and my commentary, you're gonna really enjoy that playthrough. So definitely check that out as you get time. We did not have a chance to watch the Video Game Awards this year, the VGAs, Spike TV's VGAs. Usually we do, because usually they have it on a Saturday and we watch it here live, or we record it and we watch it right away. But we were too busy with Super Mario Brothers, and we just finished late, and we were like, we can't watch it now. So we haven't watched it. I don't know this year if we will be watching it. I have it recorded, but I don't know if we're going to be making a reactions video or anything like that. At this point, John and I kind of said we're kind of burnt out about it. We did see, obviously, it was going to be leaked who won everything, and I am pleased with a lot of the choices that were in there, such as Walking Dead as the Game of the Year. I mean, it's one of the best games I've ever played story-wise. It's a no-brainer why someone might have picked it as Game of the Year. And Journey actually getting not only Best Independent Game, which I kind of maybe agree with, but Best PS3 Game of the Year. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, let's face it, Journey versus any of these long retail games on PS3, Journey was better. I don't think so. But I can understand why they did it. I think a lot of people, they're just so, oh, it's such an artsy game, it's beautiful, I cried during the ending, so it's the best game ever. Whatever. But anyway, I'm completely aware of everything, Dark Souls 2 and everything. Yes, I'm completely aware of everything that happened, because everyone sent me 5,000 messages, so it wasn't like, I could avoid being spoiled. It was all over my Facebook and everything. So, it is what it is. The VGAs, I don't know if we're ever going to be talking about it again, so I just wanted to get that out of the way. And then on Sunday, I released my very first year-end series. It's the top 6 worst gaming trends of 2012, including a lot of discussion about bad timing of releases for role-playing games that basically created an overabundance of them this year. multiple DLCs issues, including on-disc DLC, Day 1 DLC, DLC endings, mistimed DLCs, DLCs that came out for one system and not another and never came out on certain systems. A lot of discussion on that, but I think the biggest and the hottest topic in all of that, I said YouTube phonies is a big problem right now, especially for the gaming community on YouTube. And when I made this video, I did not expect to get the kind of reaction that I've gotten. I mean, I thought, quite honestly, that you know me. If you're a fan of me, you know me. I'm going to say what I want to say no matter what. I have to get something off my chest, I'm going to say it. I'm not afraid of saying it. I'm not afraid of owning up to it and taking responsibility for the things that I say. And I definitely don't pull any punches or hold back. And a lot of people say I'm rude and stuff. Well, you know what? Sometimes it's better to be rude and to be real with people than to be a pussy and to fucking lie and avoid subjects. So I really wanted to talk about how this year there's so many people now who are up and coming, or were up and coming on YouTube. Then they got huge followings for other things other than gaming. Now they've made gaming channels just to cash in, and they're basically hurting the actual gamers on YouTube who care about games, who care about the community, who care about gaming as a whole, as a culture. The people who go to watch, you know, the VGA Awards just to see that iJustine is on the carpet covering it and interviewing Samuel L. Jackson, and she has nothing to say because she's not an actual gamer. Yet these are the people that the media and the mainstream are picking to represent us collectively, and that's not right. So I made a video about that. It was part 2 of the top 6 worst gaming trends. Apparently it's gotten massive attention, and apparently there is a large contingent of people out there who agree with me, because this video has like something like 2,500 thumbs up, and I know right now it probably has about between 25 and 30,000 views, but it looks like as soon as YouTube updates, which it takes fucking forever to do that, it might boost there, it might jump again. I think even some of the people who I was talking about in it, who are real tried and true gamers on YouTube, like Total Biscuit, he thumbed up the video. He liked it. He says, you know, I guess it's him showing that he support that. He supported the content there. So I really thought it was going to be the opposite. I thought it was going to be a flood of negativity. Oh, Phil's jealous, which isn't the actual reason I made that video. I'm not jealous at all. It's that this is going to actually be a big negative thing for our gaming community if we allow these people to become the forefront of the gaming community. And so thousands of people did understand that message. And I just want to say thank you. That in one day, this series has only been out for one day. Already it's very successful. It's got lots of views on it, and I'm glad that people are enjoying my year-end videos. Okay? Then today I played some more Far Cry 3, and like I said, I got up to part about 119. So now let's talk about this week coming up, because it's a big week. Some different interesting things that are going to happen, okay? Starting on Tuesday, I am going to play more Far Cry 3. But I think what I'm going to do is try to split the day and play some Far Cry 3, so you'll see some footage, but not maybe as much as usual. But I may split it and work half that day on a year-end series. And a lot of people are saying, what is the next series that's coming, blah, blah, blah. Well, keep in mind, I have a bunch coming up. I think the next one I'm going to work on is either going to be the top 5 surprisingly good games of the year, or it might be the most disappointing games of the year. One or the other are the ones that I'm going to work on, okay? So I'll be working on that partially on Tuesday. On Wednesday, finally, after talking about this game for half a year, okay, HAWKEN, the free-to-play PC game, will be going live. It has an open beta starting Wednesday. I'm going to have more details on things about it, like when I'll be playing it, because I'm definitely playing it on Wednesday, but I think I may just play for myself to try to learn the game for one day. And then later in the week, what I may be trying to do is do like a fan meetup or fan appreciation where we all try to get together and play each other on this free-to-play PC game. But I don't know how the matchmaking works, how the servers are, and stuff like that, simply because I haven't played the open beta yet. So I'll play it by myself on Wednesday, I'll see how that goes, and then I'll be able to give everyone an update on how we're going to do that later in the week. Sorry, got distracted by a text. So then, that's Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, I'll probably be trying to schedule something with the fans. In addition, obviously, I'll still be continuing Far Cry. And also, I will at one point be taking out some time to work on year-end videos, because I really want to get another year-end series done during the course of this week. Because on Saturday, John Rambo will be here again for another episode of Smart Guys. And we're going to simulate the TLC pay-per-view from WWE in WWE 13. Okay? So we're going to simulate these matches. We're hoping that the simulations go a little bit better than last time, because last time they were insanely crazy random. And we're going to see what happens with that. And then we are going to be filming, and I'm not saying it's being released on Saturday, but on Saturday we will be filming our Smart Guys year-end special, where it's going to be our top picks of our favorite simulated matches from the past year that we've done in WWE video games. So it's going to be like a countdown series. Maybe it'll be like our top 10, top 5, or whatever. Maybe our personal favorite picks and such. So that's going to be filmed on Saturday. And then what I'm going to try to do is on Sunday, I'm going to try to work on that series. So I'm hoping that during the course of the week, I have enough time to finish one series, whether it's the surprisingly good games or the most disappointing games. And on the weekend, I'm hoping to work on the Smart Guys' favorite matches. Now, speaking of all these year-end series, perfect time to bring this up. The poll to vote on your personal favorite funny moments of the year is live. It was live as of last Thursday, I believe, and right now there's four threads up on our forums that you can vote in. Each thread has 10 options, and you can vote for as many as you want in there. So you can vote for oh, this one, and this one I think are funny. Boom. Thousands of people have already voted. We already got thousands of votes. So definitely, I've put it in the description of this video. Again, I'll put the links to the 4 threads. I need your votes because in just about a week and a half to 2 weeks probably is when I'm going to be doing the funniest moments, and I need more input. So definitely, please vote for your favorites. We've already got some front runners, some ones that, unless I see some crazy, shift in attitude, I think that they're going to win. I'm actually surprised at some of the ones that people said that were like, oh, it's a shoo-in, like my crouch jump failing when I was playing Black Mesa, and I thought it was a buggy jumping mechanic. That one is like way low compared to many others, and I thought that one was going to be like number 1. People said it by far was going to be the funniest thing, but it's not getting votes. Again, you vote. It's your vote. So if you don't vote, and then the things that you see in the top 10 aren't funny, there's nothing I can't help that. Okay, I'm a little bit annoyed because people are leaving comments on some of the threads. Oh, these moments are not funny. Last year's was better. To which I'm responding, you nominated them. The fans nominated the moments. So if you didn't nominate a funny moment that you thought was funny, you were lazy and you're complaining about it. Well, what do you want me to do? It's fan nominated, fan voted. So I need you to participate so that we can have a good funniest moments montage by the end of the year, okay? So those threads are open. Now, one other thing that happened this week is the announcement of a crazy game that no one even knew was in development. Mega Man, or Street Fighter Cross Mega Man. That's right, it's a crossover between Street Fighter and Mega Man in an 8-bit Mega Man style. It's basically going to be Mega Man 11. And the reason they did it, it's the 25th anniversary of both Mega Man and Street Fighter, and they decided to make this game as basically like a celebration of that. Now, the game is, of all things, free to play. It's going to be a free to play downloadable game released on December 17th. I think they said December 17th? I think it is. So it's not this week, but it's like a week from now. It should be out. And I'm going to be checking that out. I'm going to be playing it on PC. What I'll do is I'll hook up my PC to my TV and I'll be playing it here. So you're going to see a full playthrough of that next week. And I know that's next week, but a lot of people asked me about it this week, and I just wanted to get that out of the way. The other thing is, I beat Super Mario Bros. U, and also I'm coming to the end of Far Cry 3 in the next couple of weeks, I'm assuming, because remember, with Far Cry 3, I still got to beat the campaign, which is probably going to take me a long time. Plus, there's a multiplayer mode. Plus, there's a co-op mode, which I might just, once I beat the game and I have time to do co-op, I may just announce I'm looking for random co-op partners, and we'll jump online for a few hours and do it, because I heard it's not very long. But yeah, so after I do all that, I'll be reviewing that game. But New Super Mario Bros. U, I have beaten. I'm going to see if one day this week I can fit it in as a review, okay? Okay. The last thing I want to talk about is Magfest. As you know, over the past several months, I've been giving kind of sparse updates here and there about Magfest. If you remember, we attended earlier this year. We had an absolute blast. We had a vendor table. We had a panel. It was great. And we attended, we met and greeted with fans. We debuted Project 7. It was really crazy and fun. But this year things are different. This year, unfortunately, Magfest has grown exponentially yet again. And I couldn't even get a vendor table because they sold out like pretty quickly. And it sucks because if I had known that they were going to sell out, I would have gotten it way earlier. There's no reason for me not to get a vendor table. I just wasn't thinking about Magfest, until, say, September, October. And by the time I went to get one, they were sold out. Come to find out that I guess that they had like gone to Otakon this year and kind of promoted it, and therefore they sold out the table super fast. So there's no shot of us getting a vendor table, and unfortunately we were declined to get a panel. And after talking with Magfest management, they basically said, listen, we don't have every panel every year. It's nothing personal against you. Yeah, there were people on staff who liked your panel and wanted to have you back, but we didn't have we have so many people who submitted for panels, you didn't make the cut this year. And at first I was upset, but then I said, you know what, it is what it is, you get over it, you know? It's like when you're an adult and you're mature, you're like, okay, at first I'll be a little irked, but then it is what it is. I know a lot of fans spoke out to Magfest and told them their feelings about how disappointed they were that they didn't have me back for a panel. But I do want to let everyone know, Magfest did contact me this week and said, listen, we're sorry about the whole situation. Yet again, we want to reiterate that. You know, it happens. And what they did is they kind of extended an olive branch last minute, and they said, if you want, what we can do is we can squeeze you in and you can have a panel at midnight, either on, you know, Friday or Saturday at a midnight panel. And I talked to John Rambo about it, and I talked to Panda Lee about it, and we all kind of talked about it between ourselves, and we said, you know, here's the deal, and here's why we liked Magfest so much last year, is because it was the first opportunity, really, where we had a place where we had a meet and greet with our fans. Over the course of the weekend, the fans knew exactly where to find us. They could walk in, schmooze around the convention, or it's not really a convention, it's a festival. Schmooze around the festival for a little bit, come meet us at the vendor table, and or just be there for the panel, and then they went home. And what we realized is that a lot of people who are our fans are teenagers or underage, meaning, you know, they don't have their own cars, they can't drive out to Magfest on their own. A lot of the people who attended Magfest and Too Many Games this past year, that's what it was. They came with their parents. We actually met their parents, which was cool. And they attended the panel with them, and everything worked out well in that regard. But to have a midnight panel, there's two reasons why we really didn't want to do that. And number one is our fans. We know that there's going to be a lot of people who would have wanted to just come out for the day, meet us, and then leave with their parents, and they wouldn't be able to do that with a midnight panel. They'd basically be stuck there, and they'd have to get a hotel room. So now you're asking for a whole big production. And with the short amount of notice that we would have been giving everyone, I mean, like I said, I just found out a day or two ago that this was possible. Not even a month's notice to plan a trip like that is not very fair to anyone. So number one, we thought it would definitely hurt turnout because of that, and there'd be people who would be very disappointed that they couldn't meet us because of that. And number two, the midnight panel showing, it basically is right after when all the concerts end. And honestly, when the concerts end, we know there's going to be a bunch of people filing out of the concert. Oh, we're kind of a little, you know, we're rowdy. Maybe we had a couple drinks, and we want to see what panels are going on. And the last thing that we need is a bunch of kind of the, you know, rowdy people coming into the panel when we're trying to be serious and talk and present new things. Like I was going to present my new series. I think John and OJ had some clips from the new Schnozman, a whole bunch they wanted to show that we're trying to do it, and you got people in there being rowdy and acting up. So we said, you know what, thank you for the consideration, but we turned down Magfest for the midnight panel, and we said, it is what it is. You know, it's again, at first I was upset and angry a little bit, but you get over it and you realize, you know, it's okay. I mean, it sucks that we can't have the panel, but that was completely their decision. They've grown to the point where they have a core group of people that they have every year, and that's enough of a draw that they're getting monstrous amounts of attendees. So what they're basically saying is we don't need Phil here as a draw. We have enough of a draw, and so they didn't select me for a panel this year. So, I mean, this doesn't mean that we're mad at Magfest at all by any means. Like I said, I'm a mature adult. I had a conversation with the head of the PR of Magfest several times, and what we'll do is we'll try again next year. We'll submit next year for a panel. At the very least, next year we should get a vendor table, because I know exactly when now to apply for it, and to get it I should have no problem getting a vendor table. So even if we don't have a panel next year, at least there'll be one space where everyone can meet and greet with us over the course of Magfest. And I really think if we had that vendor table, that it would have been enough. But unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles. No Magfest for us in 2013, but we'll see about it again next year. And last but not least, because it came into mind as I was talking about debuting Project 7 at Magfest, speaking of my King of Hate Vlogs channel, I've decided that not only for this month of December is there going to be vlog videos that are from stuff that I'm already going to be posting on DSPGaming. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be just a clone channel for a month. So I actually this week, and I know a lot of people don't know about this because I didn't announce it in any video form, I posted up an exclusive behind-the-scenes video of October 2011 when John Howard and I did our very first read-through of the script of Project 7 Episode 1. And at this point, this video is so interesting because at this point, we hadn't filmed a damn thing, we hadn't seen a single effect, we didn't even have the costumes or anything for like Deathface. We had no idea what this series was going to look like or how it was going to come together. So I think it's really interesting to see us from back then, you know, over a year ago, kind of trying to imagine and envision how this is going to come together as we're reading through this first script. Now, a lot of people have asked me, Phil, wow, this is great. Is there more? Do you have more behind-the-scenes footage? Well, guess what? I have 17 more behind-the-scenes videos from that production of episode 1 of Project 7, and they span from the pre-production to the planning stages, to the actual filming, to the post-production where we're like doing green screen shots and stuff. I've got all of that covered in the 17 videos. And what I've decided to do is every once in a while, if it's a little bit a dry day, let's say there's a day where there's no vlogs, there's nothing going on, it's just gameplay or whatever, maybe I'll release one of those videos over on the King of Hate vlogs, okay? So what I want you to do is, if you are subscribed, to keep a lookout, but if you're not subscribed, this is another reason for you to subscribe this month. It's not just going to be reiteration of the stuff that's already on DSPGaming for December, it's also going to have exclusive behind-the-scenes Project 7 content. So definitely, if you haven't, I'm going to say it one more time, go subscribe to the King of Hate vlogs. I really think you're going to enjoy the content that I'm going to have over there, okay? Okay, that's it for the weekend preview. A big one, lots of topics covered. Hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that was informative. I'll see you for new gameplay this week with Far Cry and HAWKEN. For Sims on Saturday. I can't wait to work on more of the year-end series. I love this time of year because it's a festive holiday spirit, but there's so much going on at the same time that it keeps me busy, and I'm really enjoying the fact that you are enjoying my year-end series so much already, and I want to bring you some more good stuff. So thanks for tuning in, and I will see you later. Peace.